Okay, guys, today we're going to be going over the corrections for the test. So you know what to do. Follow along with me and write your corrections down for the ones you got wrong, okay? If you don't know which ones you got wrong, let me know and I'll try to get it figured out for you, okay? Whew. Let's wait for that to stop being blurry. There we go. Okay, so let's start with number one, okay? Number one says, ooh, I got to zoom out a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Chloe is 5 feet 4 inches tall. There are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. Sorry, guys. What is Chloe's height in centimeters? So we're talking about centimeters and inches here. Okay, so I'm going to start my proportion off because we got to, when we're comparing measurements, we got to set up a proportion. I'm going to set up a proportion 2.54 over 1. That's centimeters and that's inches, okay? And I'm trying to find her height in centimeters. So I know that's where the X goes next to centimeters. And then I'm gonna do 5 feet 4 inches. Now, this is where we come into a problem, right? Because it's in feet and inches. So I need to put this all in inches, okay? So I need to convert 5 feet to inches. So to do that, I need to know how many inches are in 1 foot. And if I look at my formula chart, it tells me there are 12 inches in 1 foot. If you think of a ruler's 1 foot. Okay, so 12 inches. So I need to do 5 times 12. 5 times 12 would give me 60 inches. Okay, and then I have another 4 inches that she's taller. So I'm going to do 60 plus 4, and that gives me 64. And that's my answer there. Okay, so in inches, she is 64 inches tall. Okay, and then I'm going to cross multiply and divide. And in this case, I don't need to divide by 1 because it's going to stay the same number. So I'm just going to multiply. 2.54 times 64. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 6 plus 4, 6 plus 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 2 is 32. 6 times 2 is 18, plus 3 is 21. 18, 12, 15. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, 6, 5, 2, 6, 1. 1, 2, goes 1, 2, 162.56 centimeters. Okay, so let's see. Jamal is driving from Houston, Austin. The distance between these two cities is 165 miles. If there are about 5 miles in every 8 kilometers, what is the closest distance between Houston and Austin in kilometers? Okay, so I know I'm talking about 5 miles is 8 kilometers. So I'm going to do miles on top, kilometers on bottom. Okay, and I know it's 165 miles between the two, and we're trying to find it in kilometers. Okay, so I'm going to cross multiply and then divide. So 165 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 4 is 52. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 5 is 13. And then I'm going to divide by 5. So 5 goes into 1,320. 5 goes into 13 twice. 5 goes into 32 6 times. And 5 goes into 24 times. So my answer would be 264 kilometers. And I could have stopped at the 2 there because there's only one answer that starts with the 2, right? And that would have been that one. Okay. So let's see. A group of students formed a circle during a game. So circle, okay. The circumference, so my C is 43.96 feet. Okay, circumference was 43.96. And then my diameter, so my D is 14. Okay, which expression best represents the value of pi? So that was one of the first things we went. Pi equals C over D. So I want where circumference is on top, my 43.96, and my diameter is on bottom, my 14. So I want 43.96 on top. So it's one of those two. So it's not C or D. And I want 14 on bottom. So it should be this one. You can also go through and eliminate the 2 7s because I know I'm not using that one because I know I want diameter on the bottom and 7's not even in the problem. That would be my radius. Okay, so my answer is B on this one. Okay, a group of students stood in a circle to play a game. The circle had a diameter of 22 meters. So I had a circle and the diameter, which is all the way across, is 22. Okay, which measurement is closest to the circumference of the circle? So if you check your formula sheet, circumference is 2 pi r or pi d. And because I have diameter, I'm going to use pi d because I'm using diameter here. Okay, the whole thing across. So all I need to do is 3.14, which is pi, times my diameter, which is 22. And then I do 3.14 times 22, which we can estimate, do 22 times 3. 22 times 3 is 66. So my closest one is 69.8. Okay, and I'll do it like this for you to show you that it works. 2, 6, 8, 8, 10, 9. So see, 69.8. Okay, so if you see all of these questions, all of these answers on your multiple choice are all pretty far spread out and they're not really that close to each other, I can estimate pi to be 3 and then choose my answer that's closest to that. Okay, so 66 is the closest the number that has is 69. Okay, so we can do it that way as well. Okay, number 5, Jennifer painted a tabletop that is shaped like a circle. So shaped like a circle. The circumference is 6 pi feet. Which measurement is closest to the area? So I know area is pi r squared. Okay, and when they give me circumference like this, 6 pi, I'm looking at this number right here. Okay, that's my diameter. So if that's my diameter, I need to split it in half to get my radius. So that would mean my radius equals 3. Okay, because half of the diameter is the radius. And then I plug it in. 3.14 times 3 squared. Okay, 3 squared is 9. And then I can multiply that by, look at, they're all pretty spread out. So I can multiply that by 3. 3 times 9 is 27. And my closest is 28. So my answer would be B. Okay. A company's logo was designed using circles of 3 different sizes. The diameters of 2 of the circles are shown. So this is a diameter. This one is the diameter of 6, and then this one has a diameter of 12. Okay? And then if you see those diameters, they get put together. So when I want to put them together, I can find the diameter of both of them. So I can do 6 plus 12, and that equals 18. So my diameter of the whole circle is 18 centimeters. Okay? So we're finding the area of the largest circle, okay? And that's why we need the diameter, okay? And area, remember, is pi r squared. So if I have the diameter, the radius we divide in half, and that would mean my radius equals 9, because half of 18 is 9. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 9 squared. And 9 squared is 9 times 9, which is 81. And then I can multiply that by 3 because I checked my answers. They're not that close together. So we can do 81 times 3. 81 times 3 is 3 and 24, 243. So my closest answer is 254. Okay, there's only one that's in the 200s, and that's my answer. Okay, keep going. The top surface of a desk is composed of 2 rectangles and a triangle. So you see a rectangle here, we have a rectangle here, we have a rectangle here. Okay, and then the triangle is right there. Some side lengths of the top surface of the desk are shown. What is the area in square feet? So this one, I have 2 rectangles, so I know I need to do the area of a rectangle is base times height. And because I have 2 of them, I need to multiply it by 2 again because they both have the same measurements, correct? Okay, and then the area of the triangle is going to be 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, so let's start with the rectangle. It's going to be 1.5 times 2.5 times 2. So I'm going to do 1.5, my area of my rectangle here. Let me see. Area of my rectangle is 1.5 times 2.5 times 2. Okay, so let's do 1.5 times 2.5. 25, 7, 10, 2. 572. And then 1, 2 after a decimal, 2.75. And then we're multiplying that by 2 because I did 1.5 times 2.5. Now I need to do times 2. 5 times 2 is 10, 14, 15, 4, 5. And then I have 2, so it'd be 5.5. Okay, so that would mean this is 5.5. Okay, and then we're going to look at this base times height. My base, because this rectangle is 1.5 here, that means this is 1.5 already as well. And if this is 1.5, that means this is 1.5. So both sides of the triangle are 1.5. So we're going to do 1.5 times 1.5 and then divide by 2. Area of triangle, 1.5 times 1.5. And then do half of that. So let's do 1.5 times 1.5. 25, 5, 6, 7, 5, 1, 5, 7, 12, 2. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 2.25. And then divide by 2. 2 goes into 2.25. Okay, so 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 5 twice. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So I'm going to do, that is 1.125. So I'm going to do 1.125 plus 5.5, line up my decimals, 5, 2, 6, 6. So 6.625. Did I not get it right? Uh-oh. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me figure it out. Okay, guys, I figured out where I messed up. So this should be 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1. There you go. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So this should be 3. So it should be 3.75 times 2. So that's still correct. So it'll be 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay. So it should be 7.5. So it should be 7.5 plus 1.125. So 5, 2, 6, 7 plus 1 is 8. There we go. So it's 8.625, which is B. Okay. Sorry about that, guys, but at least I caught my mistake. Okay. A figure was created using a triangle and a semicircle. Use the ruler provided to measure the dimensions of the triangle and the semicircle to the nearest centimeter. Okay, so use your ruler. On the STAR test, they have rulers on the edge of your formula chart. So if you printed out your formula chart, it would look like this. And we're doing it in centimeters, okay? So I'm going to take it, I'm going to measure it in centimeters to closest centimeter. So that makes that 8. And then I measure this one, and that makes that 7. Okay, so that's 8 and that's 7. Okay, so let's flip it over so we see it. 7. Okay, so then I'm gonna measure the figure. So I know I need the area of the semicircle, which is half pi r squared, and then the area of the triangle, which is 1/2 base times height. Okay, so let's do our semicircle first. 1/2 times pi, 3.14, times my radius, okay? So if this is all the way across, that means it's the diameter, so I need half of that. So half of 8 is 4. So we're gonna do 4 here, and then we're gonna square it. 4 times 4 is 16, okay? And then we're gonna do 16 times 3.14. 4 times 6 is 24, 6, 7, 8, 18, 4, 1, 3. 4, 12, 10, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we take half of that. Okay, so we do 2 goes into 50.24. 2 goes into 5 twice. 2 goes into 25 times. 5 times 20. 2 goes into 10 5 times, sorry. 10, 2 goes into 2 once. And 2 goes into 4 twice. So that would be, my semicircle would be 25.12. Okay, and then my triangle, 1/2 base times height. So my base is 8, that's the bottom of the triangle, and the height is how tall it is, that's 7. Okay, so my triangle, 1/2, 8 times 7. 8 times 7 is 56, so half of 56. So that would mean 2 goes into 56, 2 goes into 5 twice. 2 goes into 16 8 times. So that would make this 28. So I'm going to put 28.00, and I'm going to add 2, 1, 8 plus 5 is 13. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So it'd be 53. So it's 53 centimeters squared. Okay. There's that. Number 9. We're almost there, guys. Number 9. An advertising banner has 4 sections as modeled below. 2 sections are congruent trapezoids. So if you see this is a trapezoid, it's got the little funky shape here. So those are both the same. And 2 sections are congruent right triangles. And those are both the same. So congruent means they're the same. So anything I'm going to do by half. So area of my trapezoid is 1. We're going to do 2 of those. 2 times 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay. 2 times 1/2 is 1. So I'm just going to cancel that out. Okay. And then I just am going to end up with base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay. And then the area of my triangle, same thing. We're going to do 2 of them times 1/2 the base and the height. Okay. 2 and 1/2 cancel each other out. So I'm just left with base times height. Okay. So let's look at this. Let's do the trapezoids first. So this side is a base and this side is a base because they're parallel to each other. So it's going to be 2 plus 1 1/4 is 1.25 times the height. That's this one right here. And since that's 1, that means that's 1. So times 1. Okay, so that's my trapezoid. Okay, so I'm going to do 1.25 plus 2, which is 3.25. Okay, times 1 is 1. So that's what my trapezoid is, 3.25. Okay, and then my triangle is going to be the base times the height. So the base of the triangle is 1.375, 1 3/4, 1.75 times that 1.25. Okay, so let's multiply that. 1.75 times 1.25. 25, 35, 36, 37, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 10, 14, 15, 2, 3, 0, 0, 5, 7, 1. 5, 7, 18, 11, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2.1, let's say 2.19. 2.19. 5 plus 9 is 14. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. 5.44, which is close to 6 meters. Okay, so this one we could have rounded. I could have been said, oh, 3.25 is about 3. And then this is about 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. So it'd be close to 6. Okay, or I could have rounded them up. That would be 4. That would be 3. No, that wouldn't work. Okay, so I could have just said 3 plus 2 is 5. And that would be close to 6. Okay, so that one took a little bit of estimating. The last one, we use a semicircle, a rectangle, and a right triangle. Okay, so area of the semicircle is 1/2 pi r squared. Okay, so I'm going to do 1/2 times 3.14 times my radius. If that's 4, half of it is 2, so we're going to do 2 squared. And I'm going to do 1/2, and I'm going to use 3 for pi here, times 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, which is 4. Then 1/2 times 12, so that would be 6. So the area of my semicircle is 6. Okay, area of my rectangle is base times height. So that'd be 4 times 6, so 4 times 6, which is 24. Okay, and then the area of my triangle, which is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times my base. Let's go with the height first because I know what that is. That's 4, so that is going to be 4. Okay, and to get my base, if this whole length right here is 10, okay, I need to know just this length. Okay, so I know this length, and that means this length right here is 6. Okay, so how much more do I need to add to get 10? 4. So that means that's 4 as well. Okay, so 1/2, 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and 1/2 of 16 is 8. Okay, so I'm going to add 8 plus 6 plus 24. 24 plus 8 plus 6. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 8 is 18. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that'd be 38. So that would be J. Oops, sorry, that would be J. Okay, so that's how we do it, guys. Those are all the questions, all the answers. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, if you need to know what you got wrong, let me know. I'll get that for you. Okay, you guys have a great day. And you have a great spring break. I'm going to be giving you some Pi Day stuff for tomorrow to go over Pi Day, because Pi Day is the 14th. That's on 314, 3.14. And it'll be extra credit, that Pi Day stuff, okay? But I'll explain it to you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, great spring break. Bye.